All right, good afternoon, everyone. Jim and Amy here for the Wednesday afternoon DMI sales session. Today, we're going to talk about gift of a lifetime concept. And I'm going to have, since this is right up Amy's bailiwick, I'm going to have her talk. And for once, you do not get to listen to my melodious voice for the next 20 to 30 minutes. So with that said, Amy, hope all is doing well. And why don't you lead the way?
Thanks so much. Thank you everyone for attending. Certainly appreciate your time. I do appreciate that very much. So thank you. So what we've got here is a gift of a lifetime concept. We are recording this, so this will be on the YouTube channel. I don't know if Jim has let that cat out of the bag to all of you or not, but I'm going to right now. All of these are actually out on the YouTube channel, which we'll definitely get into at the end of the presentation where to find them. So without further ado, the gift of a lifetime concept. Jim? So we've got an agenda, we've got the possibilities, we have scenario 1, scenario 2, and then we'll also be talking about a conclusion. So Jim? So what if there was a way to fund college costs? And then also give the gift of a down payment on a home, pay for a wedding, pay off debt, or anything else you were looking for. You can also provide tax-free retirement and provide a tax-free death benefit. Jim? So the BGA2 from Securian, the Balanced Growth Accumulator. We definitely can get into more specifics on this, but this is the product we're going to be using today. So it's an Annexus product. Now, I'm sure all of you guys have heard me talk about Annexus. They are located about 10 miles, literally from where I'm sitting right now. They're in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they are what I like to refer to as the MIT guys of Scottsdale. They design product, they work with the different carriers, and they are very innovative in their product. Now, why is this so special? Because Annexus partners with the different carriers. They partnered with Securian to create the BGA2, and it's a proprietary product. So there's only very few IMOs like DMI that have Annexus products available. To give you an idea how limited they are, you are now that 1%. Only 1% of agents in the country, so it's about 3,000 agents, they are eligible to sell this Annexus product. So it's a very big deal, so give yourself a round of applause for being part of the exclusive club. Now, who is Securian? Securian, some of you guys that have been around a while, you'll know them as Minnesota Life. Securian purchased Minnesota Life, I believe it was about 5-6 years ago. Minnesota Life is actually located in my home state of Minnesota, which is very crazy, as we all know right now. But suffice it to say, they're now called Securian, and Securian came out with the BGA product. So Jim? And scenario number 1. So we have a couple of grandparents. They have a brand new grandchild. We're going to call her Susie for argument's sake. And they want to put $200 a month into a life insurance policy. We're going to use the Securian BGA2 to go to college and beyond. Jim? So when you look at college and beyond, you've got year 0 versus year 17. So in year 0, with putting in $200 a month, the death benefit for her is $679,692. No cash value the early years because, well, cost of insurance comes out, surrender charge, things of that nature. Year 17, the death benefit now has rose to $733,562. In year 17, the cash value is $55,487. Jim? So Susie goes off to college, but she's not going to go off empty-handed. So she's got 4 years of college. What you can do with using this BGA is pull out $15,000 a year from the BGA per year tax-free. So 15 times 4, $60,000 a year tax-free, just to give you some off-the-cuff numbers there. And that's going to come out tax-free to the client to help supplement college. Jim? Now what? Well, now Susie takes over $200 a month payments, and she's going to retire at age 65. Her cash value at age 65 is $1,079,025. Her death benefit is $1,757,100. Jim? So now what? Well, she wants income for 20 years. Okay, that sounds great. And because we can do this with the BGA, so she gets to relax in retirement. She studied, she built her life up, and now she gets to finally relax. So she takes $58,000 a year from the BGA as a policy loan. She has taken $1.1 million over 20 years tax-free. Now, I know you guys and I know me, if I told you you can have $1 million tax-free, you'd be all over that. That's why this BGA is such an amazing product. Jim? So Susie's life. So we're going to say that she took all that money out. She did have a death benefit. And now she passes away at age 86. So she took out $60,000 for college, and she took out $1.1 million in retirement, all tax-free. Well, what does her beneficiaries get? Is there anything left for them? It's a great question. Jim? So her beneficiaries would receive a death benefit of $1.9 million, also tax-free because it's life insurance. That's the power of the BGA. Next. So now we're going to say, we're still going to talk about Susie, but this time she's going to get a scholarship because she's got really good grades. So she's in her 20s. She takes over the $200 a month monthly payments in the example we just went over. But at age 30, she's going to buy a home. So what she's going to do is she's going to take out $40,000 from the BGA as a down payment. So she could use that $40,000 for the home. She could use it for whatever she wants. It's cash. It's her option to do whatever she wants with it. But she's going to be smart and use it for a down payment on her home. Jim? So in her golden years, she's going to take out $95,000 for 20 years. So she's again retiring at 65. She's now taken out $1.9 million over those 20 years. Again, income tax free. She passes away at age 86. Jim? So her life over the years. She passes away at 86. She took out $40,000 for a home, and she took out $1.9 million in retirement. Okay, that's all amazing. Now, is there anything left for the beneficiaries? Jim? So her beneficiaries also get a death benefit of $1 million. It's also tax-free. So think about that for a minute. So she took out $60,000, took out all that income for supplementary retirement, and now $1 million is going to her beneficiaries income tax-free. A very, very powerful product. Next. So she had a great life. Well, why did she have a great life? She had very forward-thinking grandparents. She kept up that $200 a month monthly payment. She took out the loans and not withdrawals, and she enjoyed life. So that's a perfect example of how Susie's scenario would work for you. Next. So the next client we have is scenario 2. We're going to call him Tommy. He's 30 years old. He's in great shape, preferred non-smoker. So he's going to put the $200 a month into the BGA. $106,000 is his death benefit. His main focus is to help supplement his retirement. Jim? So he's going to use the BGA for extra income. So in 20 years, he's got extra $20,000 per year. So 20 years for $20,000 coming out is $400,000. So you're taking out $20,000 a year income tax free for 20 years, $400,000. Now he passes away at age 86, and he's going to leave a legacy of $60,000. All that tax free again from using the BGA. Jim? So Susie and Tommy had a game plan for life insurance. They stuck to it. They enjoyed retirement, and they left a legacy and took care of themselves while they were living, and then took care of their beneficiaries when they passed away. So what's your main goal? You know, your assignment, all of you this week? Find your Susies and Tommies. Have those conversations with your clients about, hey, you know what, have you talked to the parents and grandparents about a concept for your grandchildren? Are you looking at a client that's in the Tommy age range that you think, well, maybe they're just too young? Well, young on that side is great because they've got more time to accumulate. So think of the time horizon on that is going to be great. The longer you have to accumulate, the better. Jim? So what you need to do when you have a Susie or Tommy, or anybody else for that matter, is leverage us here at DMI. And we can go to the next slide, please. So you've got Jim, as you all know. Jim, we can reach him at 781-919-2364, or myself, 781-919-2367. The great news is, depending on which one of us you need, as you all know, since you've been working with us all for a while, and we appreciate that, we are all here to help you take your business to the next level. Does anyone have any questions? I'll open
Yeah,
it
no,
to questions.
no, and while we're waiting to see if anyone does have any questions, feel free to type it in the Q&A portion on your screen. But with that said, Amy, appreciate you giving me a little bit of time off and relaxing and going over, again, a quick sales concept. I think the key thing to remember is that all the concepts we're giving you, it's not good. They're not a blanket concepts that are going to work with every single client. But our goal is to give you enough different ideas or sales concepts to use that will work with some of your clients. And if we give you enough, heck, that may be more than enough for most all of your clients from there. So again, this is another good one, whether they're using life insurance for a grandkids' college education or using it to supplement income. I think both are very strong possibilities. And we do have a question from our friend Ted out of California, Walnut Creek.
Hi, Ted.
The question is, Amy, are the returns within the contract assumptions of growth?
I love the question. That brings up a great point. So the returns that are listed on the illustration are 5.64. Why is it 5.64? Well, AG 49A came out with a ruling in December that basically said, according to here on out, with all index life policies, you can't go quoting 12%, 8% like we all used to. We're leveling the playing field at 6% for AG 49A. So the Securian actually even takes it a step further and says, okay, 6% is the max rate. We're not even going to go near that. We're going to go show 5.46 just to be on the conservative side. Now, obviously, we all know that ink sticks to paper, so we don't know what it's going to do. But based off past performance, that's what we're being on the more conservative side. So I hope that answers your questions.
Yeah,
Anyone
good
else?
question, Ted.
Great question.
Okay, Ted did have a response. He said sweet in Ted's fashion. So
Awesome.
that sounds good. We'll give it a couple more seconds. But again, Amy, appreciate you going over a little sales concept here. I mean, to me, life insurance is a great avenue if you want to, for a portion of your money, want it to grow tax-free by taking loans. Again, you have to understand that you can't just put the money in a life insurance policy and figure in 3 to 5 years, I'm going to have enough to supplement retirement. You need to give it time.
Time is the big one. And then if you guys would like the examples, before I forget to mention too, if you would like the examples that I went through on this PowerPoint, just shoot me an email when we're off here. I've actually got them teed up and ready to go. So I can just send them to you. So if you guys want to actually go through the illustration, take a look at it, and then, give me a call after you've had some chance to review it and say, okay, I've got some questions. I'm more than happy to do that for all of you guys as well too.
Yep, absolutely. I think if you want to discuss any possible concept with any of your prospects or clients, feel free to get in touch with Amy, and she can go through these different sales concepts specifically to your client. So with that said, Amy, I think we are looking pretty good. So again, I want to thank you as well as all of our participants for joining us today.